You draft a text message saying you cannot make it to dinner tonight. You read it twice, delete a period to seem less aggressive, add an exclamation point so you sound friendly, and then you stare at the ceiling for 20 minutes feeling like you just committed a crime. Why do you feel so terrible when you are finally doing exactly what is right for you? That heavy guilt is a glitch in your emotional mapping, a signal that you are operating on an outdated definition of what it means to be a good person. We are going to integrate a new psychological framework called the integrity architecture. This system turns a simple no into an act of absolute integrity. To begin, pull out your phone. Find a real pending request you have been avoiding. Leave it unread for now. We are going to build your response together. Fixing this emotional glitch is the only way to escape a lifelong cycle of resentment. Without a clear structure for your mental space, you will continue to abandon your own needs to satisfy the demands of others. The boundary failure starts with a faulty equation you internalized years ago. The idea that being lovable requires being frictionless. You learn to grind down your own edges, smoothing yourself out so you could fit into any situation someone else created. Think of an open-plan office. At first, knocking down walls feels collaborative, but soon the noise becomes unbearable. Every interruption is an emergency without designated structure. Establishing walls eliminates this constant bleed. Your resentment is the direct result of a missing structure. In your relationships, this is called scope creep. When you do not clearly define where you end and someone else begins, people will naturally expand into the available space. Step 1 is the capacity audit. Before you respond to any request, you must measure your actual reserves instead of your desire to please. When you are put on the spot, you need a mechanism to buy time. Instead of an automatic yes, you say, "Let me check my calendar and get back to you tomorrow." This artificial delay stops scope creep in its tracks. It gives you the necessary distance to decide what you can actually hold without self-abandonment. Now look at that pending request on your phone. Step 2 is the clean delivery. Draft your response right now, focusing entirely on stating your limit. You must state this limit without attaching an apology, an excuse, or an invitation for negotiation. Most people operate like a concierge, weakening their position with phrases like, "I am so sorry, I have a family thing. Is it okay if I log off a bit early?" A clean delivery is a statement of fact. You simply say, "I am logging off at 6 tonight." This approach stops forcing the recipient to guess your limits. By removing the hidden traps of "is it okay?" you make your actual needs visible and trustworthy. Look at your clean delivery draft. Hit send now. Stripping away the apologies removes the secret resentment. You move from being a fragile glass house that shatters at an inconvenience to a defined, solid structure. Step 3 is guilt tolerance. Place your phone face down and slide it away from you immediately. The emotional glitch, the wave of heavy guilt, is going to hit you now. You must sit with it instead of trying to fix it. Like a storm, this guilt has a peak and a dissipation point. It will feel unbearable for the first few minutes, but it will naturally recede if you do not interfere. You will feel a desperate urge to send a follow-up text offering to meet for coffee or explaining yourself. This is the moment where most people cave. Do nothing. Taking zero corrective action is the only way to build the muscle of boundary maintenance. Enduring this discomfort is the definitive proof that you have stopped sacrificing your integrity for the sake of being frictionless. You have just successfully established a clean boundary. You have proven that you can survive the emotional fallout of saying no. Now we face the fallout. Your lack of boundaries was highly convenient for the people around you. When you start asserting your capacity, relationships built on that convenience will experience friction. You have to be willing to let that old house burn down. This friction is a necessary filter. Losing people who only valued your frictionless compliance makes room for people who actually know you, not the persona you were pretending to be. This is the ultimate payoff. By saying no to the things that drain you, your yes finally becomes something people can rely on. For the rest of the week, apply the integrity architecture to every incoming request. Use the capacity audit, the clean delivery, and the guilt tolerance until you have permanently overwritten the glitch.